Wild Willie T's Arm Wrestling and Strongman Rants, bringing you commentary, news, and insights on the two sports I love the most, both from a fan's perspective and a journalistic perspective, but with a twist. Lots of rants. Hey folks, welcome to another show. I've done most of my recent videos on this channel have been aimed towards arm wrestling, and this video today is going to be in regards to World's Strongest Man that's going on in California right now. A lot of people don't know it because it seems that World's Strongest Man, the organization, has not caught up with the times yet. And I'm not knocking World's Strongest Man. I grew up, I remember growing up and watching Jeff Capes, I believe his name was, Bill Kazmaier. Later on, people like Mariusz Pudzianowski and Magnus for Magnuson, and eventually Brian Shaw and J.F. Caron, and I remember Hugo Girard, a famous Canadian strongman, and it comes on in Canada every Christmas time, and growing up, it was pretty much the only World's Strongest Man or strongman competitions that you had access to, and it was once a year at Christmas. Little did anyone know that it was actually recorded months prior and then aired at Christmas. So right now, as we speak, World's Strongest Man, the preliminary rounds are done, actually, and the finals are going to start tomorrow, Saturday, May 28th, and it's over 2 days. The finals are over 2 days. So anyone who's a fan of strongman, and I'm pretty much a fan of strongman, I've been following online. On the worldstrongestman.com, and you get the live results that we're posting pretty much just in like a table format, in I don't know, like a chart. So when you go here to group one, the first thing that they had was on day one, I think it was on Tuesday maybe or Wednesday. I forget anyway. They had Tuesday and then Wednesday and then, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. Today was a resting day. Tomorrow the finals start. So on Tuesday, they had the loading race and the deadlift ladder. And in group one, Tom Stoltman, who's one of my favorite strongmen, and Gabriel Rheaume, a Canadian, advanced. The loading race, Tom Stoltman finished in first place in all four events on the first 2 days. And then all he had to do was basically lift up the wrecking ball to secure his first place in the group. And then Gabriel Rheaume and Kevin Ferris, they would have had to do what's called a stone off. And it's Gabriel Rheaume, the Canadian, that won the stone off. Now, Gabriel Rheaume is a Canadian strongman that I'd never heard of. Apparently, he won Canada's Strongest Man. And like I said, ignorant me didn't know about this guy, and he's moved on now to the finals of World's Strongest Man. And I'll go through who's going through to the finals, and you can go check out this website for yourself. I'm not going to go through all the details, but I'm just going to kind of give you a rough idea of what happened in the group. So that was the first Canadian that went through. Now, group number two, this is where four-time World's Strongest Man Brian Shaw was in this group. But it's a Canadian by the name of Mitchell Hooper who actually won the group. And he's only been doing strongman, per se, for the last 2 years, not even. Virtually unknown. It's his first international competition, and he comes in here and wins the group. You can see the results for yourself. And Brian Shaw ended up finishing in third place in the group. But then when he did the stone off with Bobby Thompson, he advanced to the final. That's just the way it works in World's Strongest Man. Then in group three, so that was our second Canadian advancing to the final of the World's Strongest Man. In group three, steady as a rock, Alexei Novikov from Ukraine ended up winning the group. And then Trey Mitchell, the American, and Adam Bishop, the Brit, squared off in the stones, and Trey Mitchell moved on. In group four, I believe this is where another Canadian, that's right. In group four, the American, he's awesome, Martins Litis, won the group, and then Maxime Boudreault beat Pavlo Kordiaka in the stone-off to win second place. So Maxime Boudreault becomes the third Canadian to qualify for the finals. And then in Group 5, another one of my favorites, Luke Stoltman, ended up winning Group 5. He as well, he and his brother, Tom, just lifted it for 4 seconds, give him 1 point. Luke didn't even have to do that on the last day. He qualified for the final without doing the last event, which was the wrecking ball hold. So I found that rather interesting. So Luke Stoltman ended up winning Group 5. When you look at the finals now, I'll give you a screenshot of the finals that are going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. You have Maxime Boudreault from Canada, Quebec, Canada. Mitchell Hooper, who's from Ontario, Canada. He lives, he lives in Australia, but born and raised in Canada, spent most of his life in Canada. I'm not sure if he's not moving back, I'm not sure, but he's representing Canada at the World's Strongest Man, born in Ontario. Then there's Ithor Ingolson Meltstad from Iceland, Martins Litic from the United States of America, Trey Mitchell from the USA, Alexei Novikov from Ukraine, then Gabriel Rheaume, another Canadian who was the Canada's Strongest Man. And it's hard to find information on Gabriel. He's relatively unknown. Gabriel Rheaume would be the way you pronounce it in probably his native tongue. And it's hard to find information on him. He's relatively, he's hard to find. He's probably going to have to get active on YouTube. Same thing with Mitchell Hooper. He's got a YouTube channel. You can check that out. You'll see all kinds of videos of him. Mitchell's got some very interesting videos on his channel. You can go check out the predictions he made I think it was 10 days ago, 11 days ago. Then, of course, you got the perennial finalist Brian Shaw in there. And then the defending World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman, and his brother, Europe's Strongest Man 2021, Luke Stoltman. Now, what I find interesting there is, since I got immersed in Strongman online on YouTube, two of my favorites have been Tom Stoltman and Luke Stoltman, in spite of the fact that I could have, JF Caron was a Canadian strongman that I liked as well. He never won it. But the story that goes behind Tom and Luke is just extraordinary. Tom, the younger brother, has autism, and their mother was ill, and their mother was sick for a while before she passed away. And as she was dying, Tom, the younger brother, promised her that he'd win World's Strongest Man someday, and he had targeted 2021 as the year that he'd do it. Now, older brother Luke, who was already involved in World's Strongest Man, basically took little brother Tom under his wing and helped Tom achieve that goal, and Tom became World's Strongest Man in 2021. Tom Stoltman is known as the King of the Stones, which are the Atlas Stones, for those of you who aren't familiar with Strongman. Maybe it's redundant what I'm saying, but Tom is known as the King of Stones, and Tom won World's Strongest Man, and the final event at World's Strongest Man is the Stones. And when Tom won, he collapsed to his knees, and big brother Luke was right there, and they embraced. And what I like about these guys, you can follow their YouTube channel. I got links to all the YouTube channels that exist, like Maxime Boudreault's YouTube channel, Mitchell Hooper, the Stoltman brothers. Just go on YouTube, you'll find a lot of these guys. You heard me mention all their names, you've seen pictures. Just go do a search if it interests you. I'm not going to go through the hassle of copying all those different links, but the people I'm focusing on in this video, the links are in the description of the video. So Tom and Luke Stoltman, their personal stories drew me to them in many ways, and of course, they're just the world's strongest brothers. They're animals, like they're the epitome of strength. So I've been following them a lot on YouTube, and they became like my favorite. So like last year, I was following this. Just that spreadsheet, sitting around waiting for the spreadsheet to load, and I was just ecstatic when Tom won. And the moment that they embraced, Luke loves his little brother so much that Luke ended up getting it tattooed on his arm, and the job that the tattoo artist did on that tattoo is absolutely phenomenal. And when Luke finally showed the tattoo to Tom, well, the reaction was priceless.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
When he touched my arm.
I want to see the whole image.
That's you.
Yeah, I love it. Just got the tattoo of myself and him cuddling after me winning World's Strongest Man, tattooed right on his arm. What a boy, what a man. That's why I have him as a brother, you know.
When you see these brothers interact the way they do, you can't help but be drawn to them and root for them. But as the title of this video indicates, the big news really for Canadians and fans of strongmen in Canada, or strong sports, strength sports, whatever you want to call it, is that we have 3 Canadians going to the finals. And like I said, there isn't much information on Rheaume, but I did find footage of him doing a log press at an event with Maxime Boudreault. He and Maxime Boudreault were at the same event, and they both did log presses. I believe Gabriel did 400 pounds, and Maxime did 410 pounds. Now, as far as YouTube presence, Maxime's got his own YouTube page. I can't find anything from Gabriel Rheaume. And the big surprise, Maxime Boudreault last year finished 3rd at World's Strongest Man. So I was familiar with Maxime Boudreault coming in, and I was confident he'd probably make the final, no problem. JF Caron got injured at, I believe it was either the Arnold Classic or the Rogue Invitational, one of those events. Yeah, it was a bad injury, so I knew JF wouldn't be around. But I was shocked to hear that these 2 other Canadians were so good and ended up making the final. And the last Canadian, last but certainly not least, is Mr. Mitchell Hooper, who I believe is only 25 or 26 years old. Grew up playing hockey, baseball, volleyball, all the sports. He played varsity football for a while, high-level golf at one point. He ran marathons. Then he did bodybuilding. Then he got into powerlifting, and for the last 2 years only has been doing strongman events. I guess the very first time that he hopped on a yoke, he did 1,000 pounds, and he's done a 485 kilogram raised axle deadlift, which is also damn impressive. And apparently he's done a 475 kilogram deadlift. I guess that's over 1,000 pounds. It's well over 1,000 pounds. I guess there's only less than 10 people that have deadlifted 475 kilograms. So this kid is, he's not only is he talented and gifted physically, his composure is absolutely ridiculous. He did a video with the Giants Live YouTube channel. Giants Live is a series of strongman events held in the UK, and I hope this guy gets invited to their series. They hold a lot of events. So, like I said, when I was growing up, World's Strongest Man was on once a year, one competition. Now it's become that there are enough competitions, enough professional competitions in the run of a year that these guys can get sponsorships and do this either professionally or semi-professionally. But a lot of them are still working full-time jobs along with doing strongman. In the case of Mitchell Hooper, I think he runs his own company at that age. Like I said, he lives in Australia. And he did an interview on that Giants Live YouTube channel. And that young man's composure, the knowledge that he has of his own physicality, his own mentality, the maturity that he shows in the face of I just imagine being 25 years old, your first international strongman competition, you're standing there with Brian Shaw, 4-time World's Strongest Man, Alexei Novikov, former World's Strongest Man, Martins Lichis, former World's Strongest Man, and Tom Stoltman, defending World's Strongest Man. And then there's guys like Luke Stoltman, who's won the Europe's Strongest Man and finished, Maxime Boudreault, 3rd place at World's Strongest Man last year. Imagine being 25 and walking into that, 25, 26 years old, and you walk into that and you're like, holy crap. And the thing is, he has this quiet confidence about him. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and make predictions for the finals. I'm not sure. I'm going to check, see if I'm not monetized, but I'm going to see if I can go live. If I can find a way to go live, I may very well go live over the weekend and try to bring you guys updates from the spreadsheet, or just go to the spreadsheet and follow it. I'm going to predict that. I'm going to tell you who I hope wins. I would love to see Tom Stoltman repeat as World's Strongest Man. But as much as I'd love to see Tom repeat, I would absolutely love to see Luke Stoltman win it for the first time. So my emotional pick would be Luke Stoltman, Tom Stoltman, first or second. I'd be happy either way. And then I'd like to see Mitchell Hooper maybe in third place. However, with the way Martins Licis performs, Alexei Novikov, I mean, the field is so strong. I don't think Brian Shaw is going to win that 5th championship this year. So I'm going to say Tom Stoltman, Luke Stoltman, Martins Licis. In that order. That's my prediction. Tom Stoltman, Luke Stoltman, and Martins Licis. And if that's not the order, it's going to be Martins Licis, Tom Stoltman, Luke Stoltman. That's how that's going to go. That's what I think. So anyway, folks, I think Mitchell Hooper's got a bright future, and I think he's the real deal. And I wish there was some way to watch this over the weekend, but I'll try to keep you guys updated. If I can't go live, I'll do a video over the weekend. And for those of you who like the arm wrestling content on my channel, I'll be doing an East versus West review very shortly. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're subscribed, ring the little bell. And yeah, that's about it. Share my videos. Tell people about it if you like it. Peace out. Love yous all. Take care. If you like what you see so far and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like the videos. If you'd like to follow the work I do covering world issues and political issues, you can check out my work on Rumble or BitChute. Look for Canada's Red Pill and you should find me. The links to my social media accounts and methods of supporting me financially are in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Wild Willie T, signing off from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada.